Hello guys, today I'm making a video um, after the second run of my ARRMA Nero BigRock. You might have seen that on the second run there was an issue I was pointing out during the video. I just noticed the issue when I got back home and I took the was transmission out because the pinion came loose, and what exactly happened is before I started recording I was running with my spur gear and my mesh was too tight, okay? Because I redid the mesh after the first run because the pin came loose, so I decided to make it a bit tighter, and that was a big mistake. And just 5 minutes in wheelie mode really did a lot of damage to the spur gear. So what exactly happened is, you can see it's no center. It's not center on the shaft anymore. So I was always making a high-pitched noise. See that? Yeah, you can see that. So it was always making a high-pitched noise, and this little washer got destroyed. The bag was destroyed too. That was because the gear was so tight that, not that tight. There was a little bit of play, but it was forcing it, putting pressure on the bushing and forcing it, weird, uneven pressure. So it just started to wear the bushing drastically. This is the second spur I got with the Nero, and you can see if I put this on, there's no gap. The gap is not there. See, it was used. You can see there's a little bit of stuff here. And I had another breakage. It was the rear CVD, and the spin flew off, or I think, or the little boot came out of the axle. So the pin flew off, but I noticed the CVD itself was damaged from the previous owners. I think they ran it like out of these logs and they went bashing with it because it was the key part of the CVD was almost stripped. So I decided to order new of those, and I'm going to get them really soon. That's it for the damage. It's just waiting for the little washer, because I need to put another washer in. Not going to reuse the old washer. What is the washer? Oh, it's here. You can see this. It's pretty green. The other side too is rained. Come on, focus. Yeah, that's not good. I might have to change the bearing. This is a brand new bearing, but I think, yeah, no, I'm going to change it and clean it and clean this one. All the issues I have been having, not really. On my first one, I did cut the rear diff. The black wire just broke, got cut by the axle, so I did a little modification so that it doesn't happen again. Other than that, yeah, it's a pretty good truck so far. I've been very impressed. I'm still learning. I'm going to do little suspension modifications. I'm going to rise it a little bit more, because I dropped the truck down. No, I removed the transmission down and the truck rose up because it got lighter, and I like the look it gives. Like, it reminds me of a monster truck, like really high integral off the ground. So I'm going to, when I put everything back, I'm going to roast the truck again. I'm going to not never rose it, but I always had it like really low to the ground, despite the mod I did. So I'm going to rise it and see how I like it now after that. I hope the motor doesn't heat up as much, because on the second one I was boiling hot. And I think it was because of the spur. It was always running with the tight mesh, and the motor got boiling hot. Because this motor seems to be really good. The magnets are pretty strong. It's hard to spin them by hand. You can see I have a modern spectrum motor. You can see, can spin this pretty easily. You can see this is the one that come on the more modern ARRMAs. You can see it just spins pretty easy. This is not. I compared the shaft on both of them. The shaft on the modern ARRMA motors is the shaft is a bit longer, so more magnets, but less stronger magnets. The magnets on this one is a lot tougher. I don't know what all those that translates to power. Maybe in the comments you can tell me what does it do to have stronger magnets but a shorter shaft, but a longer shaft and weaker magnets. What does that do to the motor? I lean on the stronger the better, but also the longer the better, no? So need to see that DSC is a max 8. Yeah, I think once this is fixed, I have the proper gear mesh. I'm not going to have eating issues with the German Nero. Well, I hope I don't, because the last thing I want to do is going to see the power system or put. I don't think I can put this on because it's going to be similar in performance. I don't know. I cannot put a fan. There's not really space for it, and you can see the fins in here are pretty big, so I don't think I can just put a fan. Even if I put a fan, there's no space inside. I cannot put a fan, unfortunately. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's out of commission for a little while. I also ordered a indestructible body for it because it's always hurt me to crash it, because the stock body is something that should be only used for display, really, or for really low usage. And just seeing it the crack getting spreading through the rear of the truck really hurts. So now it's an indestructible body. I'm also ordered the stickers from eBay. So I'm going to have like pretty much a replica of the stock original body, which are a little bit less details, but at least I'm going to be running the Nero without fearing anything of the body, because the body is not going to break. And I also I will have the original body for the looks. Okay, so it's going to make me less nervous of bashing the Nero, because I really want to experience what owning a Nero was like, because I feel like this is one of the best ARRMAs ever made. Not the best, but it could have been the best with the V2, V3, V4, now V5, and it's just a shame that it is no longer here. And the V2, maybe they will have changed it to suspension and something like that, but it's not something you cannot do. You can see I did on mine. I increased it to ride height and suspension travel, changed it to shock, springs and fluid. It was easy. Not well, it was easy, yes, but it didn't cost me anything to do it. Really, I had the parts, I had the tools, so yeah. So there's more videos coming soon. I hopefully, when the weather gets good, I'm going to be running my Notorious. That's just changed the bearing from stainless to chrome steel. Run stainless for winter snow and everything. So now I'm just going to be rebuilding putting back the center diff. I'm going to put the metal dish case on, so I need to get that. And going to be running. There's nothing wrong with it. AVXB diffs I need to mention that. I don't want to cheese diffs on the ARRMA RTRs. So yeah, this thing has been a beast, really. I have stock motors, stock electronics, no issues really. Chassis is good. Yeah, it's really just great the stuff. Like over time, like I just installed the M2C all drives on the front and the rear output, and this was already there. It was also an M2C. I'm going to be putting M2C odors in the center too. I changed the pins. You can see the pins now are two steel from Mugen Psyche. I think the code is C0270 for the pins, I believe. I just made a jig with some what's called sockets, and I used my vise and a long tube, metal tube, and I just pressed the old pins out that were like the stock ones were flat, really flat, halfway eaten. So now I have the new pins and toes. Now it's a long time on my crate, and I'm still on the new pins, and they have barely any sign of wear. Instead of, so a little trick, instead of buying new dog bones and cost you a fortune, just buy the pins for like, I think there is 10 for $10, and you change them and you have good, better pins, better axles. And some people just buy these from M2C because they are stronger and they want better pins, but it costs you $1 to do this if you have the tools, of course. And you can also buy the little jig made for it, but I don't think it's necessary unless you want to spend $60 for them. Well, guys, that's it for this video. I'm going to see you on another video. Take care.